Hello everyone. In this video I want to talk to home buyers and sellers, and one of the things I come across in working with buyers and sellers is that there can be some confusion between a home inspection and an appraisal. So I want to kind of talk a little bit about the difference between the two, just to make sure everyone is clear on the differences. So a home inspection is actually optional, although highly recommended. A home inspection is something the buyer pays for up front. We hire an independent home inspector who will check the major systems in the home. Roof, AC, plumbing, electrical. They'll check for some cosmetic things too, doors and windows and structural things. They'll go up in the attic. If there's a crawl space, they'll go under the crawl space. And they're just checking for anything and everything that is something that could be repaired in the home. A good home inspector is probably going to list everything. Just because something's listed on the inspection report, of course, doesn't mean the buyer needs to have the seller get it repaired. They're more of a to-do list for the buyer once they become the homeowner. What you're looking for in a home inspection are major issues. So you don't want to buy a home that's going to need a brand new roof within a year, unless that's something you're planning for. Or with major structural issues or electrical issues or plumbing issues or safety issues. Those are the things that you're going to ask the seller to take care of before closing. But if there are some minor things that need to be addressed, those are things that you will take care of as a buyer typically. A home appraisal is typically ordered by the bank. And an appraisal is for the bank to make sure that the home is worth, essentially, and I'm simplifying this some, but it's to make sure the home is worth what they're lending you for the home. Okay, they're really trying to make sure that the home, the sale price of the home, is in line with fair market value, and because the lender never wants to lend more than the home's worth, because if for some reason you should default on the loan and they have to foreclose, now they've got a home that's not worth even what they lent on it. That's not a good business practice. Now, in some appraisals, they will look for certain issues. So FHA and VA are the most common, where there can be some things that are automatic flags, but it's not a true home inspection. They're not looking at every detail of the home. They're really looking for certain things that affect essentially the habitability of the home. So is the home something that someone can move into and live in currently? If there are appliances, are they working? Is there heat and or air? Broken windows can be something that gets flagged in FHA or VA inspection. So an appraisal is not really an inspection. It's an overall look at, is the home worth essentially what the sales price is, and certainly is it worth what the bank is lending. And if it's not, then the appraisal can cause a renegotiation of the sales price, or it could cause a cancellation of the contract. So I just wanted to clarify these two things. The appraisal is also ultimately paid for by the buyer, but typically paid at closing or just before closing. But it's on behalf of having the bank do it, and the bank schedules it and all of that. You don't get to choose who the appraiser is. But a home inspector, it's completely up to buyer who they choose, how they want to use them, and but they do pay for that service up front, usually within the first 10 to 15 days of going under contract, sometimes shorter than that depending on what your inspection period is. Anyway, I hope you found this information helpful. As always, if you're looking to buy or sell a home in Central Florida, please reach out to, remember, you can't miss with Chris. Have a great day.